And welcome back, everybody. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the big wide world. We are back, we're live, we're streaming once again, so I hope you guys are doing well. All right, so we are going to be covering the one second, let me get my sounds a little bit more correct. Going to be covering the German Bundesliga, which is happening today in Germany. So we're going to be covering that. Magnus Carlsen is playing, so we are going to be covering his game, which was supposed to start about 6 minutes ago but hasn't started. So what is going on? Am I gonna play the bullet brawl? Maybe. We'll see. Okay, chess.com doesn't have any moves. Okay, 1 second. 1 second, you guys. Let me find the this. 1 second, you guys. Okay, so Magnus's game, let me find it. Okay, Magnus' game has started with the move c4 being played. Let's see what happens in the game. I don't know why chess.com is a little bit behind, but it is. Magnus is going to be dropping rating points like I drop Skittles in my mouth. Lol. Maybe, yes, maybe. We'll see. I might play Bullet Brawl, you guys, but we'll see. It depends how I feel at, in 3 hours. Waiting for a move from Magnus here. Let's move around. Let's see if we have moves in the other games. No moves in the Noterbeck game either, so we're waiting for a move from Magnus here. I'll keep going. Well, I support Max and Magnus versus Max. What do you mean? I know what you mean. Did not expect you so early. Well, I just kind of felt like covering the game today. So why not? Is it in Hamburg? I guess it is in Hamburg. I'm not actually sure. But no Magnus yet. We're still waiting to see Magnus move. He is not at the board yet. So no moves yet in this game either. I don't know why chess.com is failing to update. So we have c4 on the board being played by Vornerdam. So anyway, while we get into it, hope you guys are doing well. Magnus is the board, but he's just thinking. Yeah, I'm sure that's what's going on right now. But anyway, all right, you guys. So we're back. We are live. We are, of course, covering the German Bundesliga. Now, one thing that I was going to say, I'm going to mention this in my recap too, for everybody who's wondering, is that this is actually one of the ways that a lot of people who are not people who are professional chess players but not elite level chess players actually earn a living. Is usually there are leagues throughout the world in places like Germany, Spain, Turkey, China, maybe Russia sometimes as well. So there are a lot of different leagues, and a lot of people who are like 2550, 2600, the way they earn a living is through playing these league tournaments. So it's something that's like, it's more about like the lower professional level versus like the elite level, but it's still good that players have a way to earn a living. But this is generally how people who are about like 2500, 2600 earn a living professionally. The St. Pauli YouTube channel is cam coverage. Is Magnus sitting at the board or not? Because could a player like Levy make money in the Bundesliga? Levy could, but Levy is not. I mean, usually we're talking grandmaster levels. So if I were to take a look at the teams, let me go back to the team composition. So here's another match. We have Alireza versus Noterbeck. We have Jan-Krzysztof Duda versus Levon Aronian. Shakir Ahmediyar versus Vincent Keimer. Parham Magsulu versus Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. We have Serrano versus Report. So there are teams which have like 5 or 6 GMs, so very strong, very strong teams. So not quite so clear. It depends on which team. So that's there are a lot of strong teams. Do I think Levy will get close to GM this year? Pretty unlikely in my opinion. But we'll see. You never know what will happen. Now, Magnus game, we do have moves, by the way. We have moves in Magnus's game. Let's see. Is chess.com updating? Let's refresh chess.com because Lee Chess has the moves. No moves yet, you guys. So we have c4, e5 being played. Maybe a guy like Gustafsson makes some money from the Bundesliga. Yeah, so I mean, I don't want to get too deep into the weeds of what. Okay, here we go. Let's refresh the board. Okay, we get c4, e5, g3. And the games are afoot. Let me brush my hair because I notice my hair looks pretty bad still. Okay, so for anybody who's asking how much do players make, generally this is just a guess, so I can't speak specifically to it, but just if I were to make guesstimates, people who are probably around like 25-50, they probably make something like, I would guess, 200 euros a game. So they make 200 euros a game, and this event is 13 rounds. Now it is over many weekends, but the expenses are covered by the team. So you're probably talking 2 times 13, about 2,600 euros for someone who is for someone who's like a 25-50 GM or a little bit below that. I'm gonna play Bullet Brawl, sir. Maybe, we'll see. I haven't decided yet. Maybe it's not a lot, really sure, but I mean that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes, you guys. So anyway, okay, waiting for a move from Magnus with c4, e5, g3 being played. This is of course the classic English opening here that we have. They usually have 2 jobs. Well, actually, so a lot of players, you guys, usually you have a game on Saturday and Sunday. There, in many cases, players make the Sunday game starts like 10 a.m. German time. The players make a draw and then they catch the train back and they go do work. I'm only covering today, not tomorrow. But yeah, basically, so a lot of players in day 2, which is tomorrow, the game starts like 10 a.m. They'll make a draw in like an hour. They'll catch the train back, and then on Monday they have work in Germany or France or wherever they are in Europe. So yeah, a lot of people who play this is sort of like, it's like semi-professional. But at the top of each team, you have really, really good players like Magnus Carlsen. Usually Bundesliga is held over 7 weekends, so usually there's like 2 games Saturday and Sunday over 7 different weekends. I don't know the exact schedule, but I believe it started in December and it runs through like May or something, but I could be wrong. Okay, waiting for a move from Magnus here. This is the English opening. Let's see what we get. Do I have a team? Yes. So my team that I played for last year, SC Vierenheim, they're playing a very, very big match today against Baden-Baden. You have Noterbek Abdustora versus Alireza Firouzja, Duda versus Aronian, Mamadiyar versus Vincent Keimer. You have Parham Magsudlu versus Maxime Vachier-Lagrob, Alexei Serrano versus Richard Rapport, and Aravid versus Peter Savidler. So like really strong teams. Was I considering? They actually asked if I would play, but I decided not to. So just to answer a question specifically about it. Will I watch the NFL wildcard today? No, I won't be watching that. No. Well, I plan the next one. So in February, I'll be in Germany for the freestyle event. In March, I'll be in St. Louis for the American Cup. And then at the end of May, I'll be in Norway for Norway Chess. Those are my next 3 events. Okay, waiting for a move here from Magnus. He's still thinking. Options for black generally, you can play like d5, you can play knight f6, you can play c6, you can play knight c6, you can also maybe play bishop c5. So one of D's knights out, or bishop c5 or d5. My best guess is that Magnus is probably going to play bishop c5 if I had to guess, just to try and keep the position complicated, but I could see knight f6 and d5 as well. So you decided on Norwich Chess, not the Grand Swiss. Well, I mean, to be fair, I haven't decided, but I want to see an official announcement first before I make a decision. The games are slow. Well, I think there's an issue with the relay too. Surely Magnus isn't thinking this slowly right now, is he? Well, let me double check and open lead chess just to be sure. Let's see. Have I slept? I did sleep some. Yes, I did. Yeah, we haven't moved. See, chess.com is behind. G6 was played by Magnus. G6 is on the board, but chess.com is not updating. G6 has been played. So we're waiting for some moves. We're getting into it slowly but surely. So I hope you guys are doing well on this very fine Saturday morning. Hope you guys are safe or in the world wherever you are as well. Very important to be safe, especially with what's going on here in California. So let's see what we get. Magnus is not going to resign. Magnus is not going to resign here. No, I don't think he's going to resign. Actually, I don't like my cam on this thing. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me adjust my cam. Okay, there we go. So anyway, am I at a barber shop? No, I'm not at a barber shop. Okay, so G6 has been played. I don't know why chess.com isn't updating the board. Hello, chess.com. We have G6 being played and Max Vornerdam is thinking. Have I played Max Vornerdam? Yeah, see, we have more moves. We have G6 D4 being played. For some reason chess.com is not updating, but G6 D4 is on the board. Bullet Brawl today, maybe, maybe not. Depends on this game. Depends if it's a quick game or it's a long game. A lot of different things. So, all right. Is this an hour long or tripping? This is a classical chess game. Now, keep in mind, Magnus Carlsen is playing for the team FC St. Pauli. He is putting his rating on the line here because these are very strong players. Very dangerous if he draws a couple of games. Could lose like 5-6 points very easily. Thanks, Hikaru. Last weekend I was in New York City. I visited Marshall Chess Club Friday. That's awesome. I thought Magnus. Okay, we get D4, D6 being played. I don't know why chess.com's not updating. Really? Okay, so we have G6, D4, D6. Yeah, I mean, I'm basically following the other stream, the other platforms live broadcast. So it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. So anyway. Oh, all right. Anyway, this chess.com lag happened during the World Rapid and Blitz as well. So annoying. It did. That's not good. That's no good. I mean, white can trade the pawns, trade the queens here, and go like knight c3. Is the German Bundesliga good? I think black's supposed to be okay. It's also an end game, by the way. So why is chess.com not coming up with the moves? But anyway, Bundesliga is a serious event, though. There's serious games going on in this event. I also don't know why they're like no moves on other games, but there are on the other site, which is really annoying. But anyway, let's go back to the Magnus game. So okay, so we have this position after d6, waiting for a move here. Probably white will play something like bishop g2, d takes e5, knight c3, or knight f3. One of these four moves. Probably not bishop g2 if I had to guess, just because black can go bishop g7 here, and I don't think this really adds anything. So my guess is either, my guess is that either we'll get knight f3 or knight c3 here. Come on, chess.com. I agree. Come on. The broad, like they're not picking up the moves, which is annoying because I also want to cover the other games today, not just one game, because it is classical chess, so it can be pretty boring. But even the other games aren't picking up the moves, which is really annoying, actually. Let me go back, see what's happening in the other games. Okay, no more moves. Still waiting for moves here. There is an increment from the beginning for anybody who's wondering. They're playing 90 minutes with 30-second increment for move 1. Do I think Magnus prepares for this game? Absolutely, he prepares. Thank God he's online early in the morning. Of course, why not? Why wouldn't I be online early in the morning? There are a ton of games going, but actually chess.com's not picking up the others. Like, there are no moves on any of the big games in the other matchups either, which is kind of annoying, actually. Like, there are no moves, which is really annoying. So anyway, let's see what we get. Waiting for a move here. Why am I not in this league? Because I chose not to play this time. At least not right now. How would I prepare for tournaments like this? We have no move after d6, by the way. I'm still thinking here. The way you prepare is you have some idea that you're going to play. If you're on board one specifically, you have some idea that you're going to play 1 to 2 people, so you probably have an idea about 2-3 weeks before the event, and you prepare accordingly. But yeah, I would prepare for games like this. Absolutely I would. Absolutely I would. Do the top 5 players pay, or they paid? They are being paid per game. As I said before, all the players on the top boards are being paid. It's actually how chess players make a living if you're not at the elite level. So for example, let's find one of the slightly softer matches. We have this matchup between Bayern München and Bad Mergentheim, and like, let's just go down to like board 4. Okay, so board 4 of this match, you have Valentin Dragnev 2563 playing against a 2430 FM, or board 3 of a 2630 GM Jaime Santos Latasa playing against Tomas Larasas 2579. These guys are getting a couple €100 per game. This is how you make a living without having to go get a real job, for anybody who's wondering. So anybody who's wondering how it works, that's straight up how it works. So doesn't matter if they win or lose. There might be a bonus if they win a big match, or they win some they get some team result, but yes, basically that's how these guys earn a living. That's how they earn a living. That's how they earn a living. Chess is very tough, you guys. It's very tough. Okay, so I'm seeing it forever. If we had more games to cover at the moment, I would cover them. Okay, David Howe versus Erwin Lamy, by the way. This is actually kind of funny. So this is a system that Hikaru was playing with Black recently against Maxime Vachier-Lagrave in the Global Chess League. White can make a draw here with knight b3, queen d8, knight d4. Will David Howe want to make a draw or not is a big question. I played some chess games for $200. Yeah. Who's your favorite player of all time? It is, of course, Gary Kimovich Kasparov. That's not even a question. Not even a question. Not even a question. Okay, no moves yet. Still waiting for more moves. Am I playing any tournaments to classify for the candidates? I may play the Grand Swiss. I probably will play the World Cup, but other than that, we'll see. Not sure. How many years do you think it'll take till Magnus falls from the #1 spot? It could happen this year if he plays badly. Knight f3 played. Okay, let me go back to the other site that shall remain unnamed and see. Yes, we have knight f3 being played here. Yeah, the for whatever reason, chess.com's not picking it up. So now Magnus either has to play bishop g7 or e4 here. Big Fish playing Bundesliga? Yes, absolutely. So Anywho, big shout out to everybody who's watching on this very fine Saturday morning. Hope you guys are doing well. It is Saturday, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah, it is Saturday. Apparently e4 is an interesting move. E4 knight h5 f5. This could be very, very weird. I doubt we'll get it, but it could be played. Oh, there might be board cameras. I haven't checked closely. There might be board cameras. I'm not sure. Times are wrong, by the way, because for whatever reason the chess.com relay is not updating. I'm literally looking at the other site for the moves. So I don't know the exact times. They have it as 124 for Warnerdam, 120 for Maxime, or for Magnus, sorry. So I was about to say Magnus, I don't know why, but anyway, it's funny how chess teams are named the same as soccer teams, because I think in Europe it's part of the same umbrella. Felix Bloberger posted a video recently called "Being a Chess Professional in Europe Sucks." He says similar things to what you've been saying. I am aware of that. I mean, I haven't watched that video, but I'm aware of it. Yeah, I mean, I don't make this stuff up oh, now we get a bunch of the moves all come flying in suddenly at like 20 minutes too late, but they come in. Yeah, so I mean, what I've said, I don't make this stuff up about playing chess professionally. Like, I mean, it's based on my own experiences, and of course, depending where you are, it can be a little bit different, but for the most part, it's going to be the same. So all right, moves have updated on chess.com. So okay. Can I stop the music? Oh, I think the music makes for great stuff. Have to pay for travel if you don't win a prize and you're out a bunch of money. Well, I think for the, yeah, I mean, it depends on the event. So like the Bundesliga, for example, usually they'll pay for travel. So like, you know, if you're like a 2600 GM within Europe, it'll cost you a couple €100 and they'll cover your travel expenses. So you won't have hotel or travel expenses. You'll get a couple €100 a game. But like, it just depends. Events like the World Rapid and Blitz, for someone like Felix Bloberger, who I think was in New York, that is a brutal event. You basically are going to be out a ton of money, and even a league like the German Bundesliga is not going to cover it. Can I turn the music down? Let me ask my mods. Ollie Rez and Noterbeck, by the way, I realize they're not playing today. They play in, I think, 2 weeks actually. I don't think they're playing today. I think today it's all about Magnus Marlson. If you don't live from chess and you're a strong GM, Bundesliga is nice passive income on the weekends. Of course it is. Absolutely. Okay, so you guys are saying that okay, 97 has been played, but chess.com is not updating. Even better. Okay, but 97 has been played. Thank you so much to Lord Rupert Everton for the sub. Thank you so much. So probably we'll get Bishop G2, Bishop G7 now, and then castles in either knight F6 or knight E7. Something like this, and either knight F6 or knight E7. I might play Bullet Brawl, but this game looks like it's going to actually heat up. Music is a 6, your voice is a 5. Not bad when you aren't talking. My mods think it's fine, so I'm not worried. So I'm not too worried. But anyway, okay, so let's see what Magnus chooses to play here after knight d7 and bishop g2, which I think has been played. Maybe not. Is there bishop g2? No bishop g2 on the board yet. How do I get the moves before the chess.com update? Because there's a certain other site that is actually relaying the games via live broadcast, and they seem to be ahead. So yeah, there is that. Anyway, back to the game. Yeah, so we have knight f3, knight e7 being played. Waiting for a move from Max Vornerdam here. I assume we'll get bishop g2, but I could be wrong. How many title Tuesdays have I got so far this year? I have zero title Tuesdays. No, of course I'm allowed to mention the name. I'm making a joke. Stonkfish is +6 basically because the King's Indian defense is a bad opening objectively. I think we'll get knight f6 and we'll transpose back into a King's Indian, but we could also get knight e7. But yeah, knight e7 has been played by Magnus. So it feels different watching Magnus post match fixing. Bobby Fischer is now my goat. Hey, whatever floats your boat, dude. Whatever floats your boat. But anyway, all right, so are the other games updating? Let's take a look at my boy Niels. I think he should be playing. Let me see, Niels. Yeah, Niels Grandelius is playing as Daniel Friedman. What's going on in this game? We have a exchange Slav. Okay, nothing too crazy here. Pretty standard stuff. I think there are only 2 matches today. Let me check, but I think there are only 2 matches going on, right? What's this match? Sindarov? There's Anisha's playing also, by the way, I realized. Why is it not working? Let me refresh. 1 second. Okay, we have. Okay, Anisha's also playing, by the way. Let me change the scene. Yeah, Anisha's also playing right now. Anisha's playing against Luke McShane, who is, by the way, a semi-retired chess player. Okay, so Dangerous game for Anish here, by the way. Very dangerous game. We got h5, aggressive move. I guess the idea is to go g6 and bishop h6 or knight g4. I'm not sure which one. Bishop g2 played in Magnus's game. Yeah. Is Howell making such a quick draw? Okay, let's go back. We haven't gotten knight b3, knight d4 being played yet. So, yeah. And let's see. Is chess.com updated? Let's go back. Nope, chess.com hasn't updated. So we have knight d7, bishop g2 on the board. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of disappointed. Yeah. Let me refresh, see if they've updated. Yeah. Yeah, for anybody who's wondering, by the way, I'll do this for all of 5 seconds. How repeated once? Okay, sorry. So recently some of my games on chess.com were shown. Yeah. Do I think I played badly? There's one specific thing in my game in the World Blitz and Rapid that I did very badly, and I'm not actually sure how I correct it. But it's that basically I was simply okay. We have more moves. We have bishop g. Okay, now the moves come in. Okay, now the moves come in. Very strange. Yeah, very strange the way chess.com is working this morning. Basically what we have here is we're probably at e4 castles, and we've now transposed back into the King's Indian. This is the fianchetto King's Indian with the bishop on g2 inside the sniper's nest. So we went from an English, but normally the way you could get this also is something like d4, knight f6, c4, g6, g3, bishop g7, bishop g2, castles, knight f3, d6 castles, knight d7, knight c3, e5, e4. So we basically transposed into the classic fianchettoed King's Indian with the bishop on g2. So yeah, this is pretty this is pretty standard so far. I'm surprised. I mean, this is just a weak engine obviously, but it's giving white a big advantage. I'm gonna predict that this will be a draw right off. Fianchetto, no, Cheeto, like a Cheeto, you know, like the Cheetos, the potato chips you eat. But anyway, why do I pronounce draw as jar? I said draw. It'll be a draw. I never said drawer. Cheetos made from corn and chemicals, maybe. Any plans to come to Toronto this year? Pretty unlikely, but we'll see. Pretty unlikely. But anyway. But anyway. Will I be in España? Can I show more games? Of course I can. Yes. Okay, so the other games we have, let's see, Erwin Lamy versus David Howell. This is when it's good to be a casual chess player, you guys. We might get a very quick draw here in this game between David Howell and Erwin Lamy. David Howell just did the repetition once. So we've had the position twice. If David Howell goes knight b3, queen b8, we'll get a threefold repetition, and the players will collect their monies and they'll be able to go and enjoy the rest of their day. So okay, so this game looks like a draw. We have Rager versus Larry Christensen. It looks pretty normal, nothing too crazy, just e3, bishop e2. This looks like a Breyer, bishop b7, knight b8, knight d7 somewhere, or not Breyer, sorry, this is not a Breyer, sorry, this is a Zaitsev. We have relatively normal position here. Yeah, normal stuff. Okay, let's go back to Max Vorndam's game. We have more moves. We have this. Has the game updated? Nope. Chess.com way behind. We have castles, queen c2 on the board. Thank you to Vacup for the gifted sub. Thanks so much, Vacup. Appreciate it. Thank you. So all right, seems like chess.com is like they have all the moves come in all at once, but they're way behind right now, way behind. I'm not playing this weekend. I might play the Bundesliga another weekend perhaps. For everybody who's just tuning in, the German Bundesliga is an event that's held over 7 weekends, so I believe it's 13 or 14 games total. Thank you to Vaquip for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much to Vaquip. So the German Bundesliga is held over 7 weekends throughout the year, through different months. So I think it's like once a month basically. There's 1 weekend a month. There are 2 games, but there's 7 weekends with 2 games. So you have 14 games that are being played, so I may play at some point, but I'm not playing this month, or this week I should say. Thank you so much to Vaquip again for the 5 gifted subs. Appreciate it. If we've seen enough bad moves, can we rename it the Blunders Liga? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Howell played knight b5. Okay, I could take a look at that. Okay, so what else do we have? Let's move around to the other games. We have Amin from Iran playing against a guy from Lithuania. Okay, this looks like a Gucci piano. Okay, nothing too crazy. You have a Catalan. So it looks like most of their 2 matches. There's a match featuring St. Pauli and SG Solingen, and there's a match between where's the other match I'm looking for? There's a match between Mulheim Nord and Hamburger SK, it looks like. It looks like those are the only games that are. Well, there's another match. There's the Anish match also, I forgot. Which is, what is this match? Which is Dusseldorf SK versus Werder Bremen. There's also Wei Yi who's playing. Wei Yi, very strong player. Alirez's team starts in 24 minutes. Okay. We'll take a look at Alirez's game if we get moves. Magnus's game has it updated. Still way behind. Way behind. Way behind. So anyway, what is this music? This is classic music. This is from my playlist. Why? So the current position actually castle queen c2 and Magnus. Oh, we have more moves. We have rook e8, rook d1. Yeah. Yeah, we have more moves coming in. I don't know why chess.com's not updating. I have no idea. Yeah, no idea. No idea why. Have I ever gone by the Philippines? I don't know. Doubtful. Who decides the team players like you and Magnus play for? That is the basically the team managers. They try to reach out to players and get them to play. They reach out to the players and try to get them to play. So, okay, so we have castles, queen c2, rook e8, rook d1 having been played here. This is all pretty normal so far. Let's see what Magnus plays in this position. Who will win if a game happens between Vita and Ali Reza? Ali Reza's the favorite. Am I cold? No, I'm definitely not cold right now. So anyway, waiting for a move from Magnus in this position after Rook D1. I'll keep looking at the other games. What's happening in the other games right now? Let's see. We have Irwin versus David Howell, Knight B5, Marcus Ragger's game. Okay, boring. Normal. H6 for Magnus. H6 is a move. Queen E7 is a move. C6 is also a move, I believe. Those are probably the 3 moves that you can play here. Did I eat Indian food when I played Tata Steel? Which Tata Steel? If you mean the Tata Steel in India, yes. Espenko Van Forest. I don't think I've seen that game yet. Let me find that matchup. Espenko's game. Why don't I see that? Okay, Viernheim. Okay, I'm scrolling through the list, you guys. 1 second. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Van Forest. Van Forest versus Efemenko. Wait. It's Dusseldorf Bremen. Okay, I see it. Okay. Looks normal. Sindarov Eroshenko looks normal too. Anish and Luke McShane. This is also a big game for Anish too. If Anish doesn't win this game, he starts bleeding more rating points. It's going to be tough for him to get back up to the elite tournament. So he really needs to pick up some points and farm in this German Bundesliga. My computer wants a5, bishop h6, and like queen a3, and after castles, knight c3. Because I guess if black takes, black's up a juicer here, but white has a bunch of counterplay like bishop e3, rook d1, f3, 2 b's. What are my thoughts now on what exactly? I don't know. Okay, so chess.com still hasn't updated the Magnus game yet, but we have this position after rook d1 on the board here. See what Magnus plays. Do I think Magnus is more relaxed or less stressed against lower rated GMs? No, because Magnus has much more to lose and very little to gain. And he also hasn't played these guys or beaten them a million times. So no, I think for Magnus is actually it's very unpleasant playing much weaker players. Much weaker. Or not much weaker. It's much scarier. Much scarier. You're right about the market being met around inauguration time. It's not been great. Market has not been acting very good. Mainly because of interest rates. Oh, you meant the other Van Forest position? Oh, who's the other Van? Oh, it's the other brother you mean. This one, right? Oh. Night before the move. Wait a second. Knight c3 is not a move here. This is a blunder. It's not a blunder, but this is not correct. Why did Espenko play knight c3? This is literally something I've known since I was like not 6 years old, but since I was like 7 years old. This is a very basic mistake. I mean, I thought here black was actually supposed to take and then go knight b4. I thought this was the correct line, but still, this is not this knight you normally go d3 and then knight c3. Could be interesting nonetheless. Okay, let's move back around. Magnus game still not updating. Could be new theory, absolutely. Check the games in the Bundesliga website. I'm aware of where the games are, you guys, but obviously, as you no doubt know, I'm partnered with chess.com. But thank you for informing me. I mean, I'm also aware that an unnamed site is well ahead as well. Like there's an unnamed site that's like a couple moves ahead as well. Do you prefer being called Japanese or American? I am American. I grew up in America from the time I was 2 years old. So I don't really consider myself Japanese. I'm American. I'm a proud American. Okay, so the board has finally updated 10 minutes later. Let's see what Magnus plays here. Let's go back around. Okay, Fridman and Grandelius looks pretty boring. So Wei's game looks normal. On each Geary and Luke, these are probably the big games to cover as well. Magnus's game is nothing new. I think for Magnus though, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like this opening choice generally against players who are lower rated. If they're unprepared, openings like the King's Indian are good, but if they are prepared, you can get into danger very quickly. Am I vegetarian or not? I'm American. As an American, proud American, obviously I eat the meat. Anyway, okay, so yeah, people acting weird this morning. So, all right. All the rest of the game doesn't show because I don't think the players are playing. I don't think the players are playing yet. Okay, we got E4 from Magnus. Okay. E4 has been played. Correct move here, by the way, I believe is knight G5. Computer wants E3. Okay, maybe now chess.com's updating. Computer wants knight G5, knight B6 apparently. Knight G5, knight B6. No, this is losing. This could get very, very sharp action in a hurry. Knight G5 is best according to computer, yes. So knight G5 is the best move. This game's actually going to heat up very quickly. Thank you to Erang for the prime. Thanks so much to Erang. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, knight G5 is the best move. Knight E1 is playable. Just depends. We'll get one of these two moves from 400 down. This game's going to heat up very quickly. But I'm confused. So tier takes H6. Queen E7 apparently is best. Magnus is playing a bit of poker here. He's bluffing with this E4 move. He's bluffing. He's completely bluffing. Not E3, not F3. So takes. I mean, this is nothing either, right? White's just better. Magnus is bluffing here. He's completely bluffing. Magnus is bluffing. He is bluffing with this E4 move. He's hoping that his opponent doesn't play knight G5. This is a clean bluff. If we get knight G5, I actually think Magnus is going to be in real trouble here. Real trouble. He's definitely bluffing though. He's definitely bluffing. I'm sure 400 Dam knows that E4 is not the right move either. So let's see what we get. Big moment here in the game. I think knight G5 almost has to be played though, because knight E1, knight B6 with bishop F5 and queen E7, it just doesn't look very good. Although maybe there is bishop G5 still. But still, this doesn't look natural without knowing that it's good. Doesn't look natural at all. So yeah. So anyway, how big is psychological part of chess? It's a big part. It's a big part. It's a big part of chess, yeah. Many moves in the Geary game. Chess.com finally loading. Okay. Okay, so Okay, so there were more moves in the Anish game. Let me find that. Where's Anish's game? Here we go. Okay, so we got what I thought we would get. We did get a5 and castles, and now knight c3 should be the best move. Yeah, knight c3 should be the best move. Well, let's see if that's what we get. What opening am I most comfortable in? I mean, there are many different openings that are completely fine. But yeah, let's see what we get here. Rook d1 could be a good move. This game is spicy. Someone said that the Ollie Wrestling game starts in an hour, or starts on the hour, but I don't think so. Let's see if Warner plays knight g5 here or not. Big moment in the game. Big moment. Yeah, knight g5 e3 f8 knight g4 e4 is good for white, but if you don't know it's good and you don't have the computer to tell you it's good, or the eval bar, it's not so obvious over the board, and we don't get it. The bluff works. The bluff works. We get knight e1 played here. The bluff works. Amazing. Why did Magnus withdraw from Topsfield due to his marriage, but he's playing here? I think you're confusing Magnus with Vidit Santosh Gujarati, not Magnus. So let's see what Magnus does here. I mean, it's a bit of a bluff. Play some blitz. I might play blitz later, probably not, but maybe. Anyway, you guys, all right, let's see what we got. Knight e1 might be knight e1 is fine, but knight g5 is more aggressive. All right, so I'm playing before German freestyle. No, I'm not. That'll be my first tournament I'll be playing this year. I don't think Bach is playing the Bundesliga. No. So yeah, let's see what Magnus does here. Knight b6 or queen e7 seem like the only two moves. Say something about the future American world champions blunder mate and one. I mean, he blundered it. What's there to say? I don't know what you want me to say. He blundered mate and one. Okay, he blundered it. Whatever. H6 will never be played here. Never will be played because it's just a free pawn, isn't it? Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just a free pawn. Yeah. No, we'll get knight b6 or queen e7. My guess is knight b6. Who do I support, Magnus or Fide? I don't understand the question exactly. Am I the guy from Squid Games? Yes, you guys. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. I think knight b6 is what will be played. That's just my guess. My best guess is knight b6 here. To everything about beating my rating record in Blitz, I think it's almost impossible unless I really cheese it up hard. I think the only way I could beat my record is literally if I find someone to farm at +1 a game, or multiple people at +1 a game, and I don't play like Title Tuesday or Arena Kings or anything else. So I mean, it's one of those things where it's theoretically possible, but I would need to have a good run to be at like 33-30, 33-40, and then I would just have to farm like a lunatic. And I don't feel like doing that, honestly. It doesn't add anything. Like, it's like, you know, a good example is right now I think I'm the #1 rated blitz player on chess.com. So what? Doesn't mean anything at all. I mean, it doesn't mean anything whatsoever. So like, that's kind of the point for people who ask. It's like, yeah, I mean, you can go and you can tweet about being, you know, #1 on chess.com, like it's the biggest thing that's ever happened. But it doesn't really matter. So like, even if I somehow beat my record and I get to like 34-10, so what does it do? Anything? Does it matter? No, it doesn't. It just doesn't mean anything at all. So yeah, there's just no real reason to do it. And also, furthermore, like if I'm playing at +1 and I have that one slip up, when I have that one slip up where I lose like 15 points, so I lose the game at +1 -15. Okay, knight b6 played by Magnus. Is chess.com going to keep up with lead chess? The moment of truth. Okay, now will we get bishop g5 is the next question. Will we get bishop g5? It's a big moment. If bishop g5 is played, Magnus is going to end up in real trouble here. Knight takes e4 is also playable, but it's very, very slow. I'm drinking some caffeine, you guys. You might not have heard of it. This is what we call coffee. So I'm just drinking some coffee with some goat milk. These are rated games for anybody who's just tuning in. These are rated games. This is a serious tournament being played. Yeah. Cough E. Yes. E. Yes. Basically what black is threatening here is to eat the juicer on c4. The pawn on c4 is hanging. I'm not playing this tournament, no. Truth be told, it's a long way to travel to Germania for an event like this. So yeah, where did I get my goat milk? I got my goat milk from Trader Joe's yesterday. So yeah, that's where I got it, for anyone who's wondering. Next tournament I'm going to be playing is the freestyle chess event in Germany. So okay, didn't you get the goat milk from yourself? Good one. Bishop f4 would hang the pawn on c4. You don't want to hang the pawn, basically. So if we get bishop g5, I think Max is on his way to having a very pleasant game with great chances to win. If he doesn't play bishop g5, I think Magnus is already in the driver's seat. This is pure psychology from Magnus. Pure psychology. This is pure psychology. This is slightly dubious, but it's a situation where if white doesn't play super precise, black will be completely fine right away. Did I prepare for Germany? You only have to prepare 958 openings for white and black. No, it's 959 because you can play the same starting setup with the king and queen reversed. It's only the original setup, so it's 959, not 958. But I've done a little bit of prep. I've looked at some general strategies, but mostly I'm just looking forward to playing the event. So yeah. C5 is maybe a move too. I mean, this line, if Warnerdam sees that, if he doesn't see the boogeyman, he sees this position specifically with knight d5 and all the pressure, he probably will play bishop g5. But if he doesn't go bishop g5 already here, Magnus probably is going to find a way to win this game, is my prediction. Because a lot of pieces are going to stay on the board and it's going to be a maneuvering situation. So it's already a critical moment here. If we get bishop g5, advantage Warnerdam, no bishop g5, Magnus is very much on track to have a good win, I think. Or not a good win, but have a seriously good game and just like play chess. So let's see. Do I reckon he'll spend a lot of time here? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But we'll see. But this is a critical moment in the game already. What else do we have? David Howell's game. Okay, this is pretty normal so far. Okay, David Howell made a repetition, then he goes knight b5, tries to play on. What else do we have? Okay, Marcus Raguer probably gonna go h4 g5. Okay, a bunch of random games. Okay, what else do we have? Wei Yi. Okay, Wei Yi trying to attack here on the king side. This looks like a Petrov, right? This is a Petrov. Yeah, the knight c3 Petrov. Yeah, it looks pretty standard, nothing too crazy there. Let's take a look at Anish Giri's game. We get knight c3 as I predicted before. Let's see what Anish does here. Why don't I stream early like today regularly? Because it's very early, first of all, and secondly it's tough getting up at this hour. I mean I like streaming a little bit later in the morning. So do I think anyone will break Magnus's rating record? No. I think rating deflation is a real thing. I'm barring some fundamental change in the rating system. I don't think anyone will ever be 2880 again. There's too much parity in the game of chess objectively at this point. Why are almost all the top players playing this event? Is there a lot of bananas for playing? Yeah, the players are probably making like $1,000 or a little bit more than that per game. So it's a little bit of pocket change for the weekend. You get to play some games. It's for good competition. And chess, as the famous philosopher and soon to be Prime Minister of Great Britain said, chess pays zero. So you know, chess pays zero, so you got to collect the money while you can. I mean the players are probably getting, like, just a guess, like 2,000 or a little bit more per game, like Ali Reza, for example. So it's like it's a chance to collect, you know, a couple thousand dollars over the weekend and play a couple games of chess, and it's generally pretty stress free. It's not, you know, it's a team event, it doesn't have the same stakes, so it's pretty chill. So anyway, yeah, it is rated, but again, like, you can draw a couple of games, it's not at the end of the world. So, all right, waiting for moving the Magnus game. I have my eye on the other window. Actually, I should just create multiple windows, keep it simple. Okay, let me pull this one up. Okay, so all right, earn some money and go to the casino. Yes. So Anish's game very critical, very critical too. Am I playing Bullet Brawl? Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe. Viernheim versus Baden-Baden, they're not playing today. I'll tell you guys, I'm pretty sure they're not playing because they asked me if I was going to play, and I'm pretty sure they told me it was on January 25th. So I think the matches are scattered over the course of over the course of the month. That's my understanding, but I could be wrong, of course. Do I think Anish will return to the top? I mean, Anish is gonna have to do he's gonna have to start farming accurately, like doing well in the Bundesliga. He's gonna have to do well in the open tournaments as well. I am a member of Viernheim. I played for them last season when they won the whole thing. I drew Vichy Anand and I beat I drew Anand and Matthias Bluebaum, and I beat Nijat Abasov. So I did play 3 games in one weekend. Actually, I think it was early this year. It was like February of this year, in fact. So I did play, yeah. Is Vichy truly 2750? I mean, if he were to play long tournaments, I would say no, but in one-off games, I think absolutely. No, I think if Vichy had to play like serious 9-round tournaments, he would start losing games here or there. Frankly, what would happen is he'd just start making mistakes due to fatigue and everything else. But in terms of like one-off games, if you have Vichy play like 2 games in a weekend or 1 game, he can still play at a 2800 level easily. It's more that he can't probably do it over the course of 2 weeks playing a serious tournament because it's a grueling schedule. But in an individual game, he can still play at a very, very high level. Very, very high level. Very high level. Okay, still no move in the Magnus game. Again, big shout out to everyone who's watching on this very fine Saturday morning. 6,000 of you guys watching the German Bundesliga. Hope you guys are doing well. Magnus is playing a semi-bluff. He's basically bluffing. He's playing something where if his opponent knows exactly what to do, he'll be significantly worse. But if his opponent makes even one slightly imprecise move, it'll be probably very tiny advantage for white, if not equal. And then you just play chess, and the whole opening advantage has been blunted. It's basically like, for example, if you play tennis. So like one of the things that Roger Federer was very good at is that on the serve he would blunt the serve with like a slice. If you could survive the serve and not be much worse after the first like 2 or 3 shots in the rally, then it's advantage Federer because he just has greater technical skills. And it's the exact same thing in chess. Magnus is doing the same thing here, where he's trying to blunt the power of the opening theory. And if you can blunt the power of the opening theory and just get a game, he's technically far superior to his opponent. So Alirez's game has started. Oh, am I wrong? No, I don't see it. I don't think it's today, but maybe I'm wrong. But that's what Magnus is doing. It's basically, if Magnus can just play chess and he's not just like much worse out of the opening with black, his chances of winning games are much higher. So he just needs to get a game and not get caught in opening preparation. And if he can do that, he's a better player. So that's what he's doing. Is Arjun a fraud? Absolutely not. Yeah, I don't see any. Yeah, Max Vornadam, I'm still thinking. Let's go back around the horn. Anisha's game, no more moves. Sindarov looks pretty equal-ish. Veyi, okay. Van Forest looks normal. What about the other Van Forest? Wait, do we still have no moves? We still have no moves in the other Van Forest game. Exciting. Alirez's game is started, but chess.com isn't showing it. Okay, let me go back to the site that shall remain unnamed. And let's find it. No, there are no moves. No moves. No moves. No moves, you guys, but thank you for asking. So, how many Van Forest? There are 2 Van Forest. Why so early? Because I felt like covering the German Bundesliga. Magnus is playing classical chess. That's very rare these days. That's as rare as finding a unicorn out in the forest. So it's pretty rare. I mean, it's very rare. It's like seeing a unicorn. I mean, everybody's seen a unicorn here or there, but in general, it's a very rare experience. So Magnus playing classical chess just doesn't happen that often. So okay, big moment here. Let's see if we get Bishop G5 or not. Big moment here. Big moment. Unicorn is Van Forest. No, the unicorn is Magnus Carlsen. So okay, are there any other interesting games? We have Anisha's game, which is interesting. This Van Forest game against Esipenko is actually quite interesting. What else is there? Luke Van Whaley's playing. Fedoseev, actually Fedoseev is playing, right? Big Fish himself is playing. The Big Fish himself. How did I sleep last night? I slept fine. Magnus's published rating, I believe, is 2882. His peak rating in the live intra tournament was 2889, I believe. So, all right. Waiting for a move in Magnus's game. Waiting for a move. Okay, all pretty normal. Okay, Niels, pretty normal. Yeah, it's pretty slow. Magnus will play one classical game today. One classical game. That's what he'll play. He'll play one classical game. So, all right. What else do we have? Let's see. What else? I think that's pretty much it. We have a couple of games. Where's the pineapple behind me? There is no pineapple, but there is a purple heart and a white heart right there. Or there's purple right there. There's also white right there. So there you go. Anyway, okay. So in the meantime, what else do we have? Looks normal. Yeah. Was Demon invited? I have no idea. No idea. Okay, David Howell's game looks normal. Oh, Anisha's game is the one that I was looking for. I know I was looking for a game that I missed. Go back to Anisha's game. No move here from Anisha. This is an over-the-board tournament that's being played here. Over the board. We want the pineapple riots. Well, usually you get the pineapple, just not today. Why isn't Fabiano playing? Fabiano has not played in the German Bundesliga for a couple of years now. I don't know the reason, but he hasn't. I'm looking forward to the first freestyle Grand Slam tournament. The field is the highest order. Yeah, it should be a good event. I'm looking forward to it as well. So yeah. So let's see what we got. Transmit all games to start with their transmission issues. Oh really? Wow. Okay, it's not great. What do I think about shorting MCY? I actually don't even know what MCY is. It's very rare that someone mentions a ticker that I've never heard of, but I've never heard of it. Mercury General Corp. I've never even heard of this. Oh, is this an insurer? Is this an insurance company? They're an insurer of PC. What are they saying? They have high exposure. They have high exposure in California. They're an insurer. I don't know. I have no idea. What's the market cap? 2.7 billion. I've never even heard of them. So I actually have no idea. But anyway, all right. Do you think Kasparov could play in the freestyle event just like Anand? Oh, of course he could. Of course he could. But Gary isn't active, and I don't think Gary would want to do that anyway. Do I own any cars? Yes, you guys. I have a Honda Civic EX-L. That's my car, you guys. I have a Honda Civic EX-L. But thank you. Okay, still waiting for a move from Vorner down. We'll see if we get Bishop G5. A Bugatti one. No, I don't own a Bugatti, sorry. Gary only plays in St. Louis for some reason. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, no moves. Pretty slow start. Okay, Fridman's game looks normal. Anisha's game, waiting for a move. Yeah, we're in the slow period right now. The slow period. This is classical chess. Yes, for anybody who's wondering, this is actually classical chess. Will I play the Grand Chess Tour this year? Absolutely not. I mean, I don't know why, but people seem to not understand that you have $50 million. First of all, I don't have $50 million, but secondly, besides that point, even if I did have $50 million, spending 10% of your net worth on a stupid car is ridiculous. That's just bad money. That's just bad money management. I'm just being honest. That's just bad money management. So, oh, Vornerdam plays c5. Vornerdam makes a mistake. He goes c5. So the bluff pays off for Magnus. The bluff pays off. Unbelievable. The bluff pays off. Unbelievable. The bluff pays off completely. Now after knight d5, Magnus is just better. Wow. The bluff pays off for Magnus. Yeah, computer already giving black a big advantage here. Oof. Oof. No, c5 is not a crazy move to see, but to play it, I mean, like, black's just gonna get quick development. I mean, this is bad stuff. I mean, maybe he thinks after bishop g5 he's still okay. I mean, maybe he is. No, apparently he's much worse here. Wait, why is he much worse? I don't know. Yeah, and of course Magnus played knight bd5 instantly. Will we get bishop g5? Or maybe cd6, bishop g5? Financial tips, I just mean spending 10% of your net worth on a car is ridiculous. If you have that kind of money. If you don't have that kind of money, it's different, of course. But if you have that kind of money, it is. Like, I mean, if you have to buy a car to drive around or something, like, it's fine. Like, if you have to buy like a Honda Civic or something just because you have to drive for work, that's normal. But like buying a Bugatti is insane. Okay, let's see what we get here from Vornerdam. He will get either bishop g5 or takes in bishop g5. One of the two moves. I really wonder what Vornerdam thinks he has here. He surely doesn't think he can play this, right? Because this is just losing. Yeah, it's just losing. Actually, d5 also very strong too, I think. There's big pressure out of nowhere and white's in all kinds of trouble. It's an investment, not a car. Unless I'm mistaken, a Bugatti is going to be like any other car and lose value the moment you buy it. I'm pretty sure there are no cars. I mean, unless you buy like a super rare, like limited edition car and you never drive it, there are no cars out there that actually gain in value. I mean, I mean, I think you're joking. Like, the moment you drive a car out of the shop, it loses value instantly. So it's definitely not an investment. I expect bishop g5 here if I had to predict a move. My prediction is bishop g5. But Magnus is already doing very well. We don't get a move here. What do we got here? Okay, Anisha's game we get rook d1, pretty normal so far. Probably queen c7 if I had to get. Apparently this isn't great. Because after takes. Oh, queen d3. Oh wow, white's winning here. Okay, crazy. Bitcoin, I don't have any plans to invest in or put anything more into Bitcoin. No, I'm not. My name is not Michael Saylor. These games are live. They are live. Either takes or bishop g5. I think we'll get bishop g5 here if I had to guess on a move, but I could be wrong. I'm actually surprised. Why is this so bad for white? Queen b3. This is actually bad. No, it's not actually bad. Okay, we got c takes d6. Okay. Probably got this in bishop g5. And again, apparently black's better. A little surprised the computer thinks black is so much better here. Really surprising. Huh. a little surprised by the evaluation. I don't know if I think that that's what we're gonna get. Yeah, the engine is very deep. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I believe it. I'm not sure I believe it completely. Do I trade options? Of course I do, but that's just one of the things I do. Anyway, let's see what Magnus plays here. We'll get either queen d6 or c d6. I don't think he'll play knight c3 right away. It's pretty close to pure chess here. Pretty close to pure chess. The one good thing for Max Vornerdam is his knight is very passive. So the idea of bishop g5 and like queen b3, knight c2, knight e3 is not incredibly difficult. Like the one good thing for white is that this knight is so passive. So the idea of getting this knight, like the bishop out to pin, use the 2b's and then reroute this knight to e3 is very normal here. So that's the one good thing for Vornerdam. That's the one good thing. He doesn't have a lot of options, which is definitely good. But yeah, Magnus effect is a real thing today. He's been bluffing. He's been playing poker on the chessboard. He's been bluffing. E4 already a little bit dubious here. Knight b6 also dubious, but Vornerdam not able to play the best move or find the best move. Bishop g5, plays c5, and now Magnus has a great position out of the opening. Queen takes d6 apparently the best move. This is kind of weird though. Takes. Queen e7. I mean, I guess you can find this in classical game for sure. It's possible, but it's a little bit unusual, a little bit weird. Although on the other hand, after queen e6, if white doesn't take, like you got this is actually very, very pleasant for black. Why not the cams? I mean, I could probably show them, but Bullet Brawl is in it's at 12 o'clock Eastern, right? So it's in 2 hours 20 minutes. 2 hours 20, not 1 hour 20. 2 hours 20. I don't think I'll play the Bullet Brawl, but we'll see. I may play it, depends. Not really sure. I'll make a decision around that time. One second. I think I'm gonna try to at the cams. 1 second. 1 second, guys. I think I'll take the logo down a little bit. There we go. All right. There we go. All right, let's take a look, see what's happening in the game. Setup tour when? What do you mean setup tour? What do you mean? One second. There we go. That's better. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, let's see what will be played here by Magnus. Okay. Okay, Magnus's jeans and a sweatshirt, very unacceptable. Very unacceptable attire from Magnus. Look at him, so unprofessional. Look at Magnus. So unprofessional. So unprofessional. Why does it look like this is recorded on 2004 GMHikaru? Why don't they update to 4K? Is it for nostalgia? I don't know, you guys. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. Hikaru, I maxed out my Roth IRA for 2025. That's very, very good. Noteback versus Alireza is equal. Wait, I thought they didn't have the games. No, there are no games. Let me check on. No, I think you guys are trolling me. You guys are just trolling me, right? Okay, Magnus has recaptured with the queen correctly. I think this is very good for Magnus already. Can I adjust the video resolution? It's on the highest resolution. It's at 1080, you guys. The resolution's at 1080, so I don't know what you want me to do. Okay, let's move around. Let's take a look at the other games. Okay, Lemi's game, normal. What else? What else is there? Fedosev, normal. Normal. So, what else is there? Anisha's game looks pretty normal too. I mean, Anisha's game is nothing too crazy. I mean, Magnus bluffed. He made a huge bluff with Knight B6 in his game, and Vornerdam, whether you want to call it Magnus effect, nerves, whatever else, he wasn't able to calculate the correct sequence, and now Magnus is doing great. Doing great. I mean, I think Magnus is going to win this game. So I don't know why is chess.com not updating. Queen D6 has already been played in the game. I mean, Queen D6 has already been played. So, oh, also Alireza, by the way, you're right. The Alireza games aren't updating. You're right. Let me check. Wait, 1 second, you guys. Oh, yeah, you guys are right. This is not very impressive from chess.com. I'm not gonna lie. They have none of these games showing. And on Leash Chess, they're all showing. But anyway, I'm gonna take a short break, go use the restroom quickly. We'll be right back, and we'll keep rocking and rolling. So give me a few minutes, you guys. All right, you guys, what happened? What happened? Not a whole lot, right? So where were we? Yeah, so anyway, the games in one match are not showing on chess.com, I don't believe, which is really disappointing. Because I mean, I don't really want to do this, but whatever, who cares? I mean, literally, I can tell you what the position is in Alireza's game. So Alireza's game is c4, knight f6, knight c3, c5, knight f3, e6, e4, knight c6, d4, takes, bishop b4, knight c6, bc6, bishop d3, e5, castles, h3, rook e8, queen c2, h6, bishop e3, d6, knight a4, c5, a3, bishop a5. So this is the actual position in Noteback's game against Alireza, which is actually a very exciting game. But chess.com has none of the games showing from this match. This is just one of the games. And by the way, for anyone who's wondering, this is the biggest match of the day, by the way. This is the biggest match of the day. This match between Baden-Baden and Vierenheim is the biggest match, and chess.com has none of the games showing. I mean, you can't make this up. It's unbelievable, actually. It's actually unbelievable. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, all the games are going on. They're all exciting. Tech issues are not shown on purpose. I assume there's some issue with the PGM file and they just didn't do it. It does work on Lead Chess. You guys want to see it? Okay, 1 second. Here you guys go. Here are all the games. Here are all the games. They're all in progress, you guys. There you go. There you go. There are 6 games. And we'll take it off the screen now. Okay. There you guys go. I did it for 1 second. Okay. Meanwhile, let's take a look now on chess.com at the games, shall we? Okay. This is a game between Noterbek and Alireza. Very exciting position. This game between Dudon and Aronian. Also very exciting position. This game between Mamedyarov and Vincent. Looks surprisingly fresh too, right? Parham and Maxime. Also very exciting position as they approach the game to play their first moves. Then we have Serrano versus Richard Rapport. I don't know. I feel like this is a little bit repetitive now. And then we have Erevin versus Fiddler. Also looks surprisingly fresh. So anyway, yeah, let's go back to the games. Yeah. It's really disappointing though, because this is the most exciting match of the round. I mean, Magnus is playing, but in terms of matches, this is the match everybody is most excited by. So anyway, yeah, it's hard to judge what's happening. The Sindarov game, okay, so that one we should have moves on. Sindarov, Yavokir, Sindarov. This one looks murky. White has an awesome dark square B on the diagonal. You like this great B. You've got this great rook to attack. If White can break through here with E5 or H4, I could see White winning just because of the power of the bishop. On the other hand, Black has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Black has 2 extra juicers on the queen side. So it's a matter of, can White's attack crash over this awesome wooden shield on C3 and the rook on G3, or can Black liquidate and trade some pieces? Like if Black could somehow get a position like this just to set it up, you get some position like this with only 1 rook on the board. Black has decent chances to be better here. So it's a matter of whether Black can liquidate or not. If you were to ask me right off, I'd rather be White just because this wooden shield is so powerful, and you have the idea of E5 and H4, and your rook is on G3 to guard G2, so it's a little bit easier for White to play. That's what I would say. So yeah, I'd rather be White here because of H4 and E5. That's what I would say about this game. But it's a very exciting game, and I mean it's Sindarov also 124. He's moving instantly so far. So let's move back around. Let's see Anisha's game. Oh, actually, both of my, or no, not both. He's not playing. Anisha's game, Rook D1, waiting for a move for Anish. Magnus's game looks pretty pleasant still. Let's take a look at Wei Yi. I don't actually like Wei Yi's position here. He's actually worse. Yeah, Wei Yi in a little bit of trouble against a random 26-20 here with Black. Magnus probably will win because he bluffed in the opening and his opponent did not punish him for it. His opponent believed him and he's got a great position. Also, his opponent getting a little bit low on time here. Not crazy low, but a little bit low. Probably you have to go Bishop G5 or Knight E4. But I already don't like it. I don't like it at all. Prefer to be White 2 pawns down, yes, because White is attacking. And where's the game? Wrong one. 1 second. You asked me why would I prefer to be White in the Sindarov game even though White's down 2 pawns. It's because the 2 pawns are worthless. So if I find the game, let me try to find the game. Yeah, if I find the game again, basically the thing is Black has 2 pawns. Where are these juicers going? Like just from a general standpoint, this pawn is going nowhere. It's blockaded by the bishop. You can't push the P. I mean, even if you get this pawn all the way down here, Like I'm just setting this up. Even something like this, like where the pawns going, they're still blockaded, and this is me giving you 1 2, or it's like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 moves, and still white has great attacking chances. So basically the 2 pawns are going nowhere in this. Let me refresh the game. The pawns are going nowhere very quickly, and white has a free hand to start attacking on the king side very quickly. It doesn't mean that I think white is better or anything, but white is definitely attacking here. So just worth pointing out. So anyway, all right, back to the game. We'll see what else we have on these games. David Howe's game, normal. Probably rook fc8 here and b5. So let's see what else we get. Thank you for explaining. No problem. No problem. David Howe's game, normal. Anisha's game, normal. Wei. I think those are, if we don't have the actual games between Vierenheim and Baden, then that's all we can cover, because chess.com doesn't have the most critical match of the day. They're not showing it right now, which is really disappointing. I'm not gonna lie, like extremely disappointing. There are no words for how disappointing this is, because on the unnamed site they have the games. It's in the third millennia of chess. In the third millennia, chess.com not showing the games makes me question if we really went to the moon. Yes, first time catching the stream, Hikaru. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. I'm not allowed to show it, you guys. Obviously, I'm partner with chess.com, so I can't show it. Chess.com is a small company. Give them a break. Yeah. They're just a small indie company worth like $1 billion. Anyway, yeah, there is a small indie gaming company. So okay, no moves in the biggest match of the day. So I mean, I guess I'll just give you an update. Let me take a look at it on the site that should remain unnamed. Yeah. Let me take a look. There's no way for me to actually manually force the moves in, I guess, because then it's going to reset it every time I do it. So I guess I'll put the positions and I just won't do any analysis. So let me figure this out. Okay, so position here is what it was like. It was c4. Let me see if I flip the board to another game, will it still keep it, is what I want to figure out. e8. Okay, so I flipped to another game, will it go back? Oh no, it's correct. Okay, so it will keep it there. Okay, so let me just do it manually. This is really annoying to have to do this manually, but I will. Okay, this is also c4, knight f6, knight c3, e5, knight f3, knight c6, e4, bishop b4. So I will just do no actual analysis of these games. I'll just pull up the positions every so often. Takes queen e1, knight e7, queen g3, knight g6, 4, knight h8. Okay, that's the next one. Let's take a look at Mamedyarov. This is what's, wow, a lot of English is in this match, by the way. Knight c3, bishop b4, knight d5, bishop e7, d4, takes, knight f6, takes, bishop g5, knight c6, 3, h6, takes, bishop g3, knight d7, f4, castles, f takes e5. This is the next one. Let's take a look at Parham's game. We have what, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, a6, bishop a4, knight f6, castles, bishop c5, c3, b5, bishop b3, d6, d4, bishop b6. I'll respond to your comments in a second for anybody who's wondering, but I'm just trying to get these moves in from all these games because I'm manually doing it. d5, takes, c6, b4, takes, Knight c3 takes a5. Queen c7, queen d4. Okay, next one. Rapport Serrano. What is this? d4, knight f6, c4, g6, 3 bishop g7, queen a4, c6, takes, knight f3 castles, 3-2, bishop f5, castles, knight d7, takes, rook f c1, takes, queen d7, bishop e2, rook f c8. The last game. No, wait, no, they're 8 games. Wow, they're 8 games. Okay. e4 c5. It's really annoying having to manually do this, but whatever. Takes. a3, bishop e7. Takes. Queen g4, g6. Queen g3, d6. Takes here, knight g5. Queen 2, rook g7, c4, knight b6, knight f3. Okay. I'm just manually inputting this for anyone who's wondering. Sorry, I would rather not have to waste 10 minutes doing this, but I don't have a choice because unfortunately the games are not being relayed correctly. Takes. Knight d2, bishop e6, bishop c4, takes. Castles, king c8, knight e3, d3 h5, h4 g6, and the last game of that match is what? d4 d5, c4 e6, knight f3, 7, takes, 4 c6, castles, rook e8, rook e1. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we can get back to the back to all the regular stuff. Now we can get back to it. Yeah. So all right, so all right, are those knights good on h7? I don't know. Sorry, you guys. I mean, I'm trying to do this, but this is like, yeah. What did I wait? Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Take a free ride. Okay. Well, I'm putting the moves in manually because I am. Yeah. No, I mean it's just impossible. It's just impossible, basically. No, it's just impossible. So, anyway. Yeah, they're not updating it. They're not updating it. So what am I supposed to do about it? I don't know what you guys want me to do. Yeah. So, anyway, all right. So let's take a look at these games very quickly. What do we have? Noterbeck's game versus Noterbeck's game looks normal. Dudaw's. Oh wait. Wait, now did it just suddenly update? Now they updated it? Now they updated it. It took me actually paying attention to it for them to fix it. Yeah. 2 hours later. Hilarious. Okay. Magnus' game, still no moves. Magnus is gonna win, I'm pretty sure. Pretty confident. They're inputting at the same time. Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at these games. So I haven't actually looked closely. Okay, Noterbeck's game looks pretty normal. Apparently computer gives small edge to Noterbeck. It looks pretty standard. Duda versus Levon. I don't like black's position. These knights, I mean, maybe you can get a knight to g5, but I'm worried about this. The structure looks slightly better for white to me, but I don't know. White also controls center. I mean, there's also c5. Computer only says 0.28, but honestly, I'd be a little bit concerned here of like c5 with bishop c4. Apparently c5 is a blunder. No, it's not a blunder. Wait, is it a blunder? Wait, here. Takes. Ah, actually, have queen c7. Looks scary. Maybe it's okay for black, but I wouldn't really love this position at all. Magnus game has bishop g5 e3. Okay, let's pull up Magnus's game. If I can find it somewhere. Magnus's game. Okay, so we have bishop g5 e3. So let's go back. So we've refreshed this. Why are there no moves coming in, by the way? Yeah, but I mean, Magnus is in great shape here. I think he's gonna win this game. Bishop on g5 getting a little bit iffy too. We have all this being played. No moves. We have f3 on the board. Yeah, this has all been played. Here. Magnus is drinking beer. I wasn't looking. He's drinking beer. I didn't notice it, but maybe he is. It's offensive to not drink beer in Germany, maybe. Yeah. We have this e3 f3 being played. All this has been played, by the way. Okay, so we get f3, knight c3. Oh, because there's knight d5 and there's some queen a3, because like this would still be kind of okay, although actually this looks kind of ugly too. Bishop on g2, very ugly. No scope at all. Ugh. Ugly bishop on g2. Very ugly bishop. This is the current position. So anyway, so all right, did it actually update? So anyway, how can Magnus be winning in 15 moves with black? Because he ran a bluff and his opponent fell for it. His opponent fell prey to the Magnus effect. Magnus played something highly dubious, but it was a situation where basically his opponent Max Vornerdam had one move that was good. One move to be much better. If he didn't play the one move where he's much better, he's going to be equal or worse right away. The comparison that I made before, since everyone wasn't watching my stream at the beginning, is that I would compare it very much to to tennis. So like anybody who's a big tennis fan or has watched tennis over the last like decade or so, for example, you'll know that Federer, when he played anybody not named Nadal, or later on Djokovic, but let's just say, you know, early days played Nadal, anybody else who Federer played, if Federer got into the point and there was like, you know, 4 or 5 shots in and his opponent didn't have a big advantage, his technical ability with the forehand and the backhand was so good that you just knew that he would outplay the opponent. He'd hit better shots and win the majority of points. And so the equivalent I make is that it's like, it's here where the one advantage as opponents they don't have, but the one big strength they have is that there's opening preparation. There's a lot of modern day theory in chess, and so Magnus is effectively playing something where he's trying to slice it back, and if he gets out of the opening phase, the first 10 to 15 moves, and he's not much worse, he's going to just play chess and be the better player. It was also a point that I made recently that a lot of people got angry about in relation to the World Championship, which is that, you know, people were like, you know, you're like, you know, I was saying how you don't want to play chess against Magnus, or people thought I was overglazing Magnus. But the bottom line is you just don't want to play chess against him. You want to play something that's very straightforward. You get all your preparation, you get all these moves, and your ideas are very clear cut. Because if you actually try to just play chess, Magnus's natural understanding and feel for the game is better than everybody else's, and it's not even close. C4 played. Probably H6. Yeah, H6 is actually a huge edge for black already. Huge edge. To put it another way, Magnus is smarter. I don't know if smarter is the word, but he does have the Magnus effect, and I think he knows what it is too. I think he knows that people kind of they lose objectivity, they make mistakes. Wait, actually, what about H6 takes? Is this losing? C5? Oh, you've Queen A6. Wow. Oh wow, and you've Queen E2. Wow. The camera moved around. Almost everyone's wearing jeans. I mean, it's just so unacceptable, isn't it? It's so unacceptable. These guys, like, what's wrong with them? I mean, wearing jeans is so disgraceful, right? It's a disgrace. But I mean, I'll tell you guys, at the end of the day, this is the problem with chess. FIDE tries to pretend chess is like this game, like everybody's rich and it's like classy from like the 1900s. But the reality is that's not what chess is, and most chess players are poor. Most chess players are poor. Queen A6 is not obvious to see, but in a classical game, I expect Magnus to see it. I expect him to be able to calculate the whole long line. Is Magnus a hamburger? I think the event is being played in Hamburger, but I could be wrong. So, all right, let's take a look at the actual big match while we're at it. Let's take a look at the big match. Okay, so Noterbeck's game against Ali Reza. Looks normal. Computer games wise, small edge. I think it's pretty balanced in my opinion. The dude versus Levon. Game could go either way. White's trying to crash from the center of the board here if he can with a double stack. Vinny's game versus Shahryar looks very balanced. Very, very balanced here. Probably no advantage for White. Probably just Rook D1 takes check. King C8, maybe H4, maybe Rook D5. Looks pretty balanced. Looks pretty balanced. Parham versus Maxime. This does not look good to me. Yeah, this does not look good, and it is not good for Parham. Parham in a little bit of trouble. Poor Parham, by the way. Poor Parham. You look at Parham Magsudulu, such a great player, and just last year at the start of 2024, I can probably find it actually. Where is it? It's 2700 chess, right? Yeah, let's take a look at 2700 chess. Okay, so How do I look at it? Charts, right? No, not charts. What is it under? Wait, there's some way to records. I guess under records. Okay, there we go. Let's go to 2024 January. Okay, you guys. Let's look at 2024 January. In January of 2024, Parham Magsudaloo was 2740, rated number 15 in the world, you guys. Parham Magsudaloo is number 15 at 2740. Look at his rating. 2740 in January of 2024. And now look at the current one. Just go forward. Look at the current one. Look at the current one. He is nowhere to be found. He's 2674. He's lost like 74 points in the last or 70 points or whatever it is in the last like year. It's brutal. Yeah, he's 2674. That's just so rough. Yeah, he was 2740 1 year ago, you guys. 2740, and now he's 2674. I mean, it's just actually like really, really brutal. Chess is hard. Chess is a very tough way to earn a living. So this is not going well for the team that I'm playing for. They're losing. Maybe not losing, but they're a little bit worse here. Serrana and Richie. Okay, Serrana has a nice pleasant position, which is good. Zero risk. Only white can be better. Pistol Peter playing as Aravind. By the way, another player who's on the rise, Aravind. And he's doing well. How many tournaments do you need to play to keep the elo? You need to play one game. Not even a full tournament, just one game. Which is one of the reasons Vishy has been able to maintain his ranking. He's obviously a very strong player, but if he had to play like a bunch of tournaments, he would probably lose quite a few points. But all you have to do is play one game. So okay, there's Aravind. David Anton's game looks pretty normal. Korobov's game looks pretty balanced, so not super exciting. Did Magnus play it yet? Did he play night before? Did he play H6 and win or not? Vishy would not be 2650, but Vishy would probably be, I'd say, around like 2710 if I had to take a guess, if you were playing serious like 9-round tournaments. He'd be like 2710, 2720 if I had to guess. That would be my guess, actually, if you were to ask me. This is the German Bundesliga being played in Hamburger. Computer dislikes night before. Yeah, H6 is a move. And Magnus has played H6 too. Brutal. This is why you just don't want to play chess against Magnus. Everybody thinks that I just like say this stuff for no reason, but this is why you don't want to play chess against Magnus. He doesn't miss. Playing chess against Magnus is a bad idea. Magnus doesn't get 5.1 elo. But he played H6. Of course, why is chess.com not updating? You heard that sound, obviously. MVL disagreed. Like I said, I think MVL saw a clip and he misunderstood what was being said. But at the end of the day, like, I don't make this stuff up, and you look at the actual games that people play against Magnus, and it's very, very clear. It's very, very clear. Firouzja's getting low on time. Yeah, I mean, the Firouzja match is pretty exciting. It's a big matchup. I think Magnus gets like 1.8 maybe, if I had to guess, something like that. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. He doesn't get a lot though. His rating, well, his rating is low though. Magnus' rating is kind of low currently. It's only 2830. MVL said in an interview later he misunderstood. I mean, but that's the problem with social media these days. Like that's the problem with social media. No, I mean, social media is impossible. You see like a 30-second clip and like everything's out of context, and like you just, yeah. I mean, it's not shocking. Yeah, I mean, everyone reads the headline and you assume that that's what was said. The world we live in. Actually, there's one problem here for black. I realize, like, eventually if you get some position like this, suddenly look at D's knights with the light squares, and even if you get a knight here, white's knight is really, really good on f5. So dangerous position. Magnum gets 2.4. That's really nice, actually. So no, I mean, it's just against Magnus, you just don't want to play just a normal position. It's more specifically, I mean, obviously every chess position is different, but I think the way that I would try to explain it in a general term is you don't want to play a position where there aren't clear plans. Like a position where there are no clear plans and all the pieces stay on the board. He's just better than everybody else. Like you don't want to play a position, like you can play chess against him if you have clear cut ideas and plans, but you don't want to just play a position where there are no clear ideas and you have to sort of work it all out. Any plans to play Blitzday? No, you guys. Obviously, I have no intention of playing Blitzday because, you know, I got to enjoy my online #1 real ranked player in the world status. So I can't be playing any Blitz. I was eating some bananas. Yeah. So I mean, bottom line, I mean, I can't be playing Blitz. I got to enjoy that online #1 ranking because it's so important at the end of the day. So important. So anyway. Let's see what we get in this game. Let's see what Vornerdam chooses to play here. Yeah, I mean, it's the most important thing in the world. It's the most important thing in the world, clearly. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah. So shouldn't Magnus be on his honeymoon? He should be. Probably was offered a nice boatload of money to play. It's only 2 games. And okay, so we got takes. Basically, the big issue for white is that this bishop on g2 is so passive. So passive. Yeah. Let's move on. What else do we have? Shaq's game looks pretty balanced. Parham's game balanced. Let's go back. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? What else do we have? We have oh, not Hal's game. We have Anisha's game, which is heating up, right? Anisha's game is looking very dry though to me. Well, maybe not. Takes, rook d8. Could be okay. Is there queen d6? There's actually queen d6, right? With the rook a1. And probably it'll be a draw. Very drawish, actually. Very drawish here. Okay, so someone asked, how does this tournament go? This tournament is a team tournament. I mean, there are 8 matches. So there are 8 different players on each team. The event is, I believe, 14 rounds. So you play 13 or you play 14 other teams. There are usually 2 games held on the weekends, one match on Saturday, one on Sunday. So 7 weekends over the course of 6 months, roughly. And then the team that scores the most match points wins at the end of the day. I'm probably playing Norway. I mean, I haven't decided yet, but I want to see the official announcement for the Grand Swiss, and then I'll decide. Once I hear that, then I'll make a decision. So if Anish draws, he's going to drop another like 2 points here. Very rough. Okay, Magnus's game looking good. I'll flip the board because you guys said look at it from black's perspective. White's bishop very passive here. You have the 2 Bs that are super active. Great position for Magnus. Great position. Probably queen b3 should be played. Hit the pawn, guard. And if Magnus plays rook d8, it's already time to give up. I mean, basically what happens is Vornerdam, he got bluffed by Magnus. Magnus bluffed him with e4. He didn't play knight g5. It's still knight e1 is fine. But then he really fell prey to the Magnus effect. He didn't go bishop g5, after which he would have been much better. And once he played c5, knight d5, already the game's going the wrong direction. This also sort of speaks to another thing that, you know, that I would say is that it shows the difference in class between players, that like as soon as a 2630 2640 player is out of preparation, they immediately blunder against Magnus, which is why Magnus is playing a little bit dubious, because he's trying to induce them to have to use their brain, because when they have to use their brain, they're just a little bit inferior. Did I know Buhner sponsors Magnus team? I am aware of that. Yes, I am aware of that. Yeah, I don't think Magnus prepped it. I think he probably had some idea that it was an idea, and they thought it looks interesting. It doesn't look like it's losing, so why not do it? I don't think it's as deep as he had prepped it ahead of time. I think it's just that he thought it looked interesting, didn't look like it was losing, and why not play it? So Bier versus Anderson. Bier versus Anderson. I don't know. Yeah, for all the people who ask random questions, you guys should understand what trolling is, and people say things without any intention of actually backing it up. It's just to create buzz and make people try to think about them and talk about them. So that's all that needs to be said in regards to what you're asking, Bruce. Believing that that's actually true is just hilarious, because it's not. It's just trying to create attention, trying to get people to actually pay attention to you. So no, thank you. McShane used to be 2730. Yeah, McShane used to be 2730. Exactly. Yeah, McShane used to be 2730. So McShane was a very, very good player when he was younger. Very good player. I mean, it can't be understated how good he was. Erevan is winning. That is bad news. That is the bad news. No, what is Peter doing? I guess he's gonna go h5 and then rook h5. Oh, but f4, and apparently black's winning. By the way, Erevan, another player, very, very, very unheralded player. I mean, at least in recent times, but very, very good player. Erevan, another one of the. It shows just how good the Indians are. That you have people like Erevan, who's like, nobody's been talking about him. And after this game, he's gonna be 2730. He's gonna be where is he? Erevan's gonna be 2730. He's already going to be in the knocking on the edge of the top 20 in the world after this game. That being said, jokes aside, we're starting to see the deflation really kick in here, because right now there are 30 people over 2700. There are two guys who are very close, literally one game away from being below 2700. And the last time I think there were sub 30 players over 2700 is probably at least a decade ago. It's been a long time since there were less than 30 players over 2700. So deflation is definitely a real thing now. It's very much a real thing. It's a very serious thing. So back to the games. Okay. There's parity. There's just too much parity. Everybody's too good. Everybody's too good now. Okay, Shaq's game looks like a draw. The dude's game, d5 played. Okay. Hikaru, I want to see you play classical chess. Please say something about it. I mean, I'll be playing the American Cup, which is a mixed classical rapid event in St. Louis, Missouri in March. I'll probably be playing either Norway chess or the Grand Swiss in May/June, and we'll see. Yeah, and we'll see beyond that, but yeah. Will I give a look to the next Levy Rosman tournament? Yeah, we'll be covering Levy's tournament that he plays in a few days. Why not play both? Because frankly, it's too much for me. I'm not a professional chess player. It's hard. I mean, a lot of people don't realize how difficult it is just to prepare and try to play against all these guys who are crazy hungry and want to play and studying chess like 12 hours every day and try harding. So a lot of people don't realize how difficult it is to try and do that. So the idea of suddenly like trying to play two tournaments back to back, it's hard enough playing one event. Let alone two. So there's no shot of that. I'll pick one. I'll play one of the two. Likely I'll play Norway just right now, because I frankly don't want to deal with FIDE, but we'll see. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize how difficult it is. It only becomes harder and harder. That's the other thing. It doesn't become easier. It just becomes more and more difficult. Okay, so Queen B3 played in Magnus's game. We go forward. Now, will Magnus play Rook D8 here? It's the big moment of truth. Norway is not a FIDE event, correct? Yeah. I believe it's hard. You're a superhuman to stream and fight these guys too. It's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult. And it only becomes harder and harder for many reasons. It doesn't become hard. It becomes harder and harder because first of all, I'm not getting any younger, but then secondly, everybody else is studying so much, and the amount of knowledge that people have now is immense. It's immense. And top level chess, that's what it is. People study for 12 hours a day. Maybe not 12, but a lot of people probably study like 5-6 hours a day at least. So anyway, how many classical world champs have I played in any format? I mean, let's talk about like the real world champions, not like the FIDE ones. So just like of the real world champs, I've played Gary, I've played Vishy, I've played Magnus, I played Kramnik, I played Karpov. Those would be the world champs I played. And I mean, if you want to count Ding or Gukesh, obviously you can. But like of like the ones I consider like the really like the serious guys, like Topalov. Topalov's probably in that conversation too. But yeah, I would say like I played those five. I played those five world champions. I played Gukesh, I played Ding, I played Topalov. I mean, like I played Ponomarov, I guess if you want to count him. So I played Kasim Janov. Like, I mean, I played a few people. I mean, it's not that Gukesh isn't serious. I would just say that I don't think a lot of people consider him to be the world. Well, they don't consider him to be like the best player in the world. Let's put it that way. I mean, that's the bottom line. I think everybody considers Kramnik, Anand, Kasparov, Karpov, and Magnus to be the world champions. I mean, that's all that needs to be said. So, did Magnus play Rook D? Oh, Magnus blunders. He plays Rook A-B8. Magnus shows that he is still human. As Agent Smith would say, he is still only human. Magnus plays Rook B8. He doesn't go Rook D8 or Queen B6, both of which were winning. Now after Knight C2, it could be a game again. It could be a game again if we get Knight C2 here. Because now the knight gets active and you hit the juicer before black has time. The bottom line, I think, is that basically after Rook D8, white doesn't have time to get this knight into the game, so you lose the pawn. And now after takes Queen D5, you're just a little bit too slow with the knight. Yeah, Knight C2, I think, is like you must go Knight C2 here. If you don't play Knight C2, I mean, maybe Rook C3 is the move as well. Maybe Rook C3, but I would go Knight C2 for sure. I'd play Knight C2 immediately here. You got to get this knight in the game. And you can't go to D3. You can't go to D3 because then you hang the juicer on D4. Sessa says Rook B8 is best. The chess.com comment just says Rook D8 is close to winning. Maybe not. I don't know. Rook B8 looks weird though, because Knight C2 and then what? I mean, Queen A3 is a very hard move to find, but could be a game still. Maybe blunder's a bit of a stretch, but it's not the best move. Rook D8 was extremely forcing. Rook D8 forces everything. He played Queen C4. Hasn't been played yet. No, Rook B8 is not a bait. At this point, you're just trying to play good chess. So, yeah, Knight C2 needs to be played like immediately, like pronto, stat. You got to go Knight C2 immediately. Rook C3, I mean, Rook C3 is maybe not crazy either, because of Queen E7, then you get Knight C2, and now you're actually Rook C3 I can see as well, but I think even Queen B6 here is, oh no, still Knight C2. Oh, maybe. Analyze Erevan's game. I mean, what's there to analyze? He's doing great. I mean, basically what I would say about Erevan is just very, very quietly creeping up, and it shows why India is such a powerhouse to be, to contend with. I mean, Erevan literally was on nobody's radar a year ago, and now he's knocking on the door of breaking in the top 20 and maybe even going much higher. It's just crazy how good, it's crazy how all, and you never know, like this could have happened to Nihal as well. Like Nihal, for example, hasn't been doing anything lately either. Nihal, it feels like he's been 2680 for the last 6 years, literally. And all it's going to take is like one little spurt from Nihal, and suddenly he could be 2730, 2740 as well. So all the Magnus and Erevan's openings are bad. Okay. Typical Magnus. Anyway, Yeah, I would say that I would say that, you know, all it takes is one little like you know, someone just slight the fuse, and then you could have you could have Nihal up there too. So there's a lot of potential for the Indian kids still, even the ones who aren't up there with Gukesh or Arjun. I'm not convinced that Magnus is going to win, by the way, if we get Rook C3. Or Knight C2, but Knight C2 is what should be played. But the time situation is what's going to hurt him, though. Time situation is what's going to hurt him more than anything. Okay, let's go back to Magnus's game. There we go. Other games, okay. Yeah, the time situation is a real issue. The time situation is a real issue here for Foreigner. Damn, 19 minutes. He's just, I mean, I said he should play Knight C2 right away. I'm kind of disappointed that he hasn't done it. I mean, Rook C3 or Knight C2, you just have to do something quickly. It's way too slow here. Is there a possibility I played Bobby Fischer online? Doubtful, maybe, but highly doubtful. Soon we'll see a new world number 130. Elo only. Arjun plays 10 opens this year. Yeah, it's nice to say that, you guys, but there's a reason that Magnus, even though he's well off his all-time peak, why he's still number 1 in the world. I mean, it's just not that easy. It's just not that easy. Even Fabiano was starting to run it up, and all it took was one really, really bad game from him against Donchenko for him to ruin everything. So yeah. Okay, waiting for a move here. Well, I cover Vikonsay. I'll be covering Vikonsay and also Levy's tournament in New York as well. I'll be covering both those events. So this month's going to be a lot of coverage more than anything else. Am I wearing jeans? Fita will come after you. I mean, I'm not wearing jeans right now, but I mean, the whole thing is stupid. It's stupid. This is what I said before. It's stupid. The whole thing is stupid. It's all very stupid. Wonder what games you'll pick for a recap. Of course I will. Did I see the boot shoes drama? I saw some headline. I didn't look at it, but I saw some headline about it. Have a look at the Giri game. Okay, Giri's game. Anish Giri. Yeah, Anish's game is very equal. Very, very equal here. Like Bishop C4 probably just draws the game. Bishop F3. I mean, like even this, like, I guess Black's supposed to be slightly, no, it's just a draw. Yeah, just Bishop C4 and trade. Yeah, Max better pick up his pace here, because 16 minutes for 21 moves is not easy. Not easy. Show Serrano versus Richie. Oh my gosh, there's a oh my gosh, there's just a draw. Yeah, no one's gonna do that though. No, that's hilarious. Takes and Rook D7. That's comical, but we got Bishop C4, which is what any sane person would play. Yeah, any sane person. I was eating my banana. I have some apple too. Yeah, just trade rook d2, king f1, and we all go home. King f1 or rook d2. Vornadam better move. Vornadam better move. Like knight c2 or rook c3 and just play one of the two and just like go for it. I believe there is more time added at move 40. At least that's what I seem to recall from when I played Abasov and I played Vichy. I think both the games against Abasov and Vichy went deep into the second time control, if I remember correctly. So yeah, you get more time after move 40. There's more time after move 40. I just don't know the exact time control. It's 50 minutes. Okay, 50 minutes. That's a lot. Actually, you're right. It's a lot of time. So I remember when I played Vichy last year or this year early. There after move 40, I think Vichy spent like 25 minutes on one move, and I think Abasov did the same thing too. There is a 30-second increment for move 1 though. Noterbeck is doing very well. Okay. I'm obviously rooting for my man Noterbeck. Why is this so good for white though? I'm confused. Thank you, Champ, for the sub. Thanks so much, Champ 1977. Why is this so good? Oh wow, you just sacked the rook? Oh, this is not very human. Again, computers are just a bit too stupid. This is, I mean, computers are just ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. You just sack the rook and you're just much. I give up. Yeah, computers are insane. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, in this game, I'm rooting against Ollie Reza just because the team that I played for is a team that Noterbeck is on. How are people chosen for team here? You asked playing around too. Basically, team has a roster of players. So for example, I could be playing as Ali Reza today if I'd wanted to go to Germany. I chose not to, but it could have been me today. So you usually have a roster of like 10 players for the eight boards, and so the team captains, they write emails and see who wants to play when, what, and where. And obviously their economics as well, because the players are getting paid per game. So yeah. The league, I think this is only like the third or fourth. This is only like the third weekend of it. Yeah, third weekend. I believe Magnus is playing tomorrow. Yes, he is. Vornadam still hasn't moved, by the way. It's kind of insane, actually. Levy has engine games that are... Oh, Parham made a draw. That is a huge draw for Parham, by the way. Huge draw. Parham saves a draw from a much worse position. That's a very, very important draw, actually. Very important draw for Parham. So... Parham was in trouble. Okay, let's take a look. What else? Okay, David Anton doing very well in this game. Apparently he's much better. I don't know why, but he is. Okay, Vinny's game should be a draw after rook f1, I assume. Like rook. Oh wait, rook f1, rook e2. b5 is rook c6. Right now we get the classic. Both sides with towers on the 7th rank. Yeah, this game will be a draw. So that's 2 draws. Let's take a look at Dudaw's game. I like Dudaw's position, oddly enough. I think he's got some play here. Pawn on b2 and e3 are weak. e4 also a little bit weak. I actually kind of like Black's position here. Serrano versus Richie. A lot has changed. Still a pretty balanced position, but small advantage for Serrano. Should be good. Savidler is in trouble. Savidler is the one guy who's in trouble here, though. What else? David Anton looks very, very pleasant position. Do all players make the same as tournament? No, players are paid based on their rating. So if you're a high rated player, you're going to get more money than someone who's like 2,600. But Anyway, Dudah's only on 16 minutes. Dudah, I like his position though. I like his position. I mean, the computer apparently thinks white is better, but I'd rather be black here. Queen b4 is in move. If you could just get the rooks to c8 and pressure both these B and C files, that'd be really nice. Clocks aren't working because I don't know. How's the tournament funded? I think mostly it's private individual sponsors, but I think there are some there's some connections to like the football clubs as well. So I think there is some actual funding from the I think there's some funding from like the actual clubs themselves. Like, you know, in Europe and some places, chess is considered to be a sport. Obviously here in America, we don't consider chess to be anything special at all, but in Europe it is considered a bit of a sport, I believe. So I think there is some funding directly from like the clubs themselves. So like, you know, if you look at FC St. Pauli, for example, I think there's probably some amount of money coming from the football end of it that also helps. Being at 2600 GM must be hell, like you're in limbo or something. Oh, I mean, being at 2600 GM is terrible, because the problem with being 2600 is you don't know if you can make a living or not. Like Bayern München also, like obviously the football club must make billions of dollars every year, so it'd be shocking if some like couple thousand or whatever are set aside every year for the chess team. It all depends. Do we get a move from Maxime? Oh, Queen C. Someone said Queen C4 was played like 10 minutes ago. Is there someone on site who's like spoiling it live? Someone in chat said Queen C4 Rook D8 was played like 10 plus minutes ago. Is there someone on site who's like spoiling it? I definitely saw someone in chat say Queen C4 Rook D8 was played like 10 minutes ago. I have a feeling there might be someone who was on site watching the game live, since there's a 15-minute delay. Someone said that like 15 minutes ago. On the French website, there's no delay. Okay. Yeah. Someone said that like 10 minutes ago. If I see Rook B D8, I'm gonna be very suspicious. No. Anyway. Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, yeah, 2600 is the worst level to be in chess, because basically you're in no man's land where you have to make a decision whether you want to try and pursue chess professionally, or you go to school and get a degree and other stuff. I mean, it's a very bad spot to be in as a chess player. 2500 is a good spot because you know you're not good enough to make a living, but 2600 is at a level where if you gain like 100 points and you go up, you could make a living from it. But generally I would say that, yeah, chess is if you don't make it to like, if you don't get to 2700, and even 2700 still can be struggling, by the way, but if you don't get to 2700, it's almost impossible to make a living from just playing chess. Almost impossible. Almost impossible. Why do I have a feeling someone was on site and they were able to spoil it? That's actually really questionable security wise, that someone on site is able to come in here into chat and literally say what the moves are. Yeah. Suspicious. I mean, Vornadam basically fell prey to the Magnus effect. He didn't trust himself, and he didn't trust himself, and he played this horrible move c5. He didn't trust himself. He fell prey to the Magnus effect. Like he was clearly prepared with this line, Queen c2 and Rook d1. But then he got panicked here. He didn't play Bishop g5, which is what he should have played. By the way, when I say making a living, I'm not saying that you can't grind it out and make like 50 grand a year playing chess as a 2600, but the problem is there's no safety net, and so you basically there's no safety net, and you have to always perform. I'm not going to do it today, but I know there's some video that a German or Austrian guy did about chess, and I'm going to cover that at some point down the road. There's some video where I think an Austrian guy said that basically playing chess is like very, very bad, or it's like it's impossible to make a living. And I'm gonna cover that. I'm gonna cover that. Maybe not today, but I'm gonna cover that probably next week at some point. So yeah. No, C5 was a very bad move from Vornerdam. Like a really, really, really low quality move. Oh, what happened to my camera? Did my camera just die? Huh? Did my camera just die? What happened to my camera? Okay, it's clearly plugged in and on. No, nobody hacked. I think I wonder if there's there might be a setting. There might be a setting because it's a new camera that I bought. There might be a setting on it there. It just automatically turns off after some amount of time. There's probably some setting on the camera. No, there's some setting on the camera. I bet. I bet. No, there's probably some setting. There's probably some setting on the camera that just auto turns off or something. Yeah. Like energy saver, right? Yeah. So, anyway. So, all right, where were we? Magnus is definitely going to win this game. What is the pay range for this tournament? I would guess the top players make a couple $1,000s per game. The players who are like 2600 probably make like 300-400, maybe 500 a game. Okay, we get F4. Wow, wild move here from Vornerdam. So anyway, it takes. Okay, Peter says Queen A6 is good. FG3 also good here too. Okay, Magnus trades. Okay, so Magnus here knows that this end game with the two B shops and the outside P here is going to win the game. Looks really looks like Magnus is going to win the game. Am I gonna play the bullet brawl? I don't think I will. No, I don't think I will. Yeah, Magnus is gonna win this game, no doubt. We got takes. We'll get HA3. Rook A6 also is clean too. Yeah, Magnus is gonna win this game. All Are you over or just taking a break? I don't feel like, I just don't feel like playing it today. Gotta get the bullet number 1 too. Oh, I could not care less about bullet. Oh, let's move around. Magnus is well on his way to a win. Okay, Levon drew his game. Interesting choice. Okay, this game will be a draw too, so it's gonna be 3 draws. 3 draws. This game is probably the biggest game between Ollie Reza and Noterbeck. So Vidler's game, this looks it's not actually losing if white castles, but will Vidler actually castle here? Apparently after castle it's not clear. Is Anish declining? I don't know. Let me find Anish's game. Yeah, I mean, Anisha's game should be a pretty clean draw. Like, even b4 is good enough here. Just rook d3, activate the rooks. No way you lose this. Poor Anish is playing at 2609. Very ugly. How many points will Anish lose for a draw here? He's gonna lose a lot of points, I think, for a draw. He's what, 2731, 2609. K is 10. Score would be a draw. Oof, minus 1.7. Ouch. Brutal. 1.7 for a draw. Really unlucky. Yeah, I mean, McShane's definitely better than 2609, but it's still kind of dirty. It's still kind of dirty anyway. My prediction, Erevan will hit 2750. I think that's fairly unlikely, but I don't think it's impossible. You don't lose more if you play with white or black. No, not at all. Oh, they're not broadcasting this event? What do you mean? Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are broadcasting it. They are broadcasting it. So let's see, what else do we have? Let's take a look at the other games. Okay, my team's match, what's going on? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably pretty close to equal with perfectly, but maybe white has a slight advantage here, which is good for my team. This game is, where are we at? Looks pretty balanced. Isolated pawn, maybe small edge for white, probably not a whole lot. Okay, so we did get castles, king f7. Apparently you can take and go c5 or something. Because you have knight c4. This is getting way too dank for a stupid human like me, but apparently it's very unclear. Magnus did play rook a6, by the way. Alirez and Noterbeck is spicing up. Yeah, they started moving the camera. They weren't focusing on Magnus. It's like, yeah. Okay, Magnus, he played rook a. Yeah, Magnus is going to win the game here, no doubt. Probably rook c7 last gasp hope with bishop f3, and you're just praying that you can push some p, but this is not it. This is just not it at all. No, I think Erevan has some chances. I'm going to be covering Tata Steel live. We'll be covering that event live. So we're going to be covering that and Levy's tournament. That'll be most of January. So that's the immediate near term plan. For anybody who wasn't sure, that's the immediate plan. Predictions for Tata Steel. I don't think Fabiano is gonna have a good tournament, actually. And the reason I say that is that I think Fabiano is gonna lose a little bit of the motivation and try to start saving a lot of prep, since he's qualified for the candidates already. So I'm not expecting Fabiano to have a great tournament. Where's the list of players? I'm trying to find the list of players to see who exactly is playing. Okay, Masters. Where's the list of players? There we go. Okay, so Fabiano, I think he'll have an okay turn, but I don't think he's gonna have a great turn because he's probably already thinking about the candidates and saving prep. Gukesh is the big question mark. Who knows what's gonna happen with him? You have Arjun, Noterbeck, and then you have Wei Yi, also very unclear. I think actually, if you were to ask me, I think the players who have a lot to prove in this edition are Prag and Anish are the two players who have a lot to prove. They have a lot to prove. They have a lot to prove. A lot to prove. I think for Anish, this is his big chance to try and gain some rating points. He's always generally done well in Tata Steel, so I think for Anish, he needs to prove something. For Prag, he's been kind of surpassed by Gukesh and Arjun lately, so he's going to need to do a lot. Anish has a lot to draw. Okay, very funny. But I think for Anish, this is, I mean, I don't like saying people won't get back there, but I think if Anish doesn't start dropping points, he's just dripping the points down in like the Bundesliga, and he doesn't do well in Vicon Zay, I think that I think this could be the start of a slow decline. Could be the start of a very slow decline, I think. Gukesh doesn't have a lot to prove. I mean, he probably wants to prove that he deserves to be world champion, but I don't think he has a lot to prove generally. Why does Magnus have his wedding ring on the right hand? Strange. I don't know. It should be on, yeah, it should be on your left hand, right? It should be on this hand. At least that was my understanding, but anyway. Oh, it's a European thing? Okay. Who knows? Who cares? Like, really, who cares? Yeah, like, who cares? You guys want to get outraged over the hand that someone's wearing a ring on? Yeah. Anyway. Alright, let's get back to the games. Okay, so... what do we have? Just looking at my team's games, it looked like they're doing okay. Probably rook h3 here and rook f5 to guard the juicer. Magnus has his wedding ring on the right hand. Start the procedure. Exactly. Magnus is gonna win though, right? Yeah, Magnus. Why is this opponent so slow? Why is Vornadam so low on time? You just go rook c7, rook a2, bishop f3 and try to hold the position. Oh my. What is this time usage? Levy is going to get oiled up in the upcoming tournament. I mean, Levy is playing weaker players, so he should do well objectively. But, I mean, we'll see. I mean, Levy's not playing a GM norm tournament. He's trying to farm for rating points. Which actually, I said it before, but I think that's actually a big mistake. I think trying to farm rating points is not what Levy should be doing. I think he should be trying to go after norms and play the best possible competition. It's not too different from what I was saying about like farming online. I mean, I think that generally you want to play against the best possible competition. That's how you increase the that's how you increase your level. Whereas playing players who are lower rated, I think that generally teaches you more bad habits than good habits. So I don't generally like it. I mean, to be fair, maybe Levy just wanted to play and there's nothing else to play. But if I were Levy, I would have tried to play the GM norm tournament versus the IM norm one. Because I don't think you're actually sharpening your skills because you're playing as inferior players. So, all right, I'm gonna go use Russian very quickly. I'll be right back, and then we're probably gonna go for the big finish. I'll probably cover this a little bit more. I might just do a live recap of the Magnus game, honestly, but we'll see. So I'll be right back. We got a Blunderuski. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a live recap, so let me get set up. Okay. Is Bassman Meme playing? I don't know. I'll be playing Title Tuesday, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently this was a... Wait, why was this a blunder? Let me see. Why didn't he go Rook C7 here? I thought Rook C7 was the only try. Yeah, because Rook C... Oh, because Rook C7, you're gonna lose something here on the king side. Don't do it yet. They're still playing outside this 15 minutes ahead of time. Oh, I mean, I know that, but yeah. Looking good in black. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Some German music. German music, of course. Yeah. I'm not gonna play a bullet brawl today. I mean, I've been up for already like quite a few hours. I'm kind of tired, so not today. Okay, Rook C7, Rook A2. Okay, let me mute this tab. Okay, here we go. So, all right, let's see what we get in this position from Warner Dam. Probably king f1 and kind of pray, but not really loving it. Not loving it. Yeah, for anybody who asked random questions, as I said earlier, some people are very, very desperate for attention any way that they can get it, and it's sad to see, but you know, it is what it is. That's all that needs to be said. En compliment Sportsfreunde. Yeah, exactly. Whatever that means. So, yeah, let's see what is played here by Magnus. Magnus is going to win the game here. Computer just wants b5, b4, and the bishop just guards the pawn on b4. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, in Germany, they don't have enough cameras to cover this event. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I mean, I played the event last year, so, or this year, I should say, because it was part of the season. But yeah, Dinga the next can't. It's impossible. I don't think Dinga is going to play enough tournaments. I think Dinga is just burned out. I think the World Championship took a huge, the World Championship and/or title took a huge toll on him. So I don't see Ding really trying. Even I don't think he's going to try to qualify. They're on move 28, but I mean, Magnus is all the time in the world, and it's an end game, and he happens to be winning. So like, too many factors in his favor here. Too many factors in his favor. Ding is retiring, maybe, maybe not. I mean, I really don't know. Hikaru, you speak Italiano and Espanol. Why not Deutsche? I mean, German's a little bit different. I also never really like the sound of German, to be honest. Like, it's too guttural. Like ich bin ein Berliner, like it's like ich, like I don't like the general sounds of it. Like I don't like the general sounds. It's too guttural for me. Versus like Spanish or Italian, to be honest. So like it was never my thing. Or French. Like none of those languages, like Spanish, French, or Italian, are guttural like that. So that's just me. I mean, I don't really speak Spanish. I mean, I would say that basically I understand like probably 90% of Spanish, but I don't really speak Spanish. Gucci Reza is in trouble. Okay, let's take a look at Gucci's game. Gucci Reza is in... Oh, he is 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 7 versus 6. So 7 versus 6. So Rook G3, F4. Actually look kind of dangerous here. Noterbeck might be winning this game. Noterbeck might be winning with Rook G3 here. Big pressure on the king side. Also, Alireza very low on time, but let's not remember that Alireza is the god of playing with no time on the clock. He is the god. He is the GOAT of all time with like 1 minute or less on the clock. I don't know why the clocks are messed up on chess.com, but don't ask me. That's not my problem. Very, very good chance that Noterbeck wins this game. Very, very good chance. So, anyway, Hikaru in South Africa. If I qualify for the final event in Cape Town in December, the freestyle, then I will. Yeah. Where am I? I am in California. That's where I am. So it's very early. It's like 8:15 in the morning. It's very, very, or 8:13 I should say. It's not a 5, it's a 3. So let's see what Alireza does here. I think he's in real trouble. I think he's gonna lose the game. I think he's gonna lose this game. So yeah. Do I think freestyle is here to stay? I don't know. We'll see. Like I've said 100 times already about it. Like I've already said 100 times about it. Wait. Is there a knight f6 knight d5? Oh no. Oh, that's why. Oh, I just realized. So the computer wants this and then b4. So that it's what takes. Then you can. Oh no, you just take. Oh, okay, weird, but okay. Yeah. If we get f5 b4, Noterbeck's gonna win this game. Magnus still thinking, of course. What else do we have? Aravind. Okay, Peter Savitler blunders here with a4. Now after e3 is losing the game. So it's going to come down to the other games. I'm not loving it for my team here, to be honest. They're not doing great. No, I think that Noterbeck's going to win his game if he finds b4. I would be surprised if he doesn't find it. David Anton looks to be winning here eventually, I think. Like some king d3 and knight f4. So, no, I think Noterbeck's going to win. I'm not playing this one because it was too far to travel. It's like the whole situation with Canada trying to qualify for Canada, other stuff not really clear either. So I didn't feel like playing. But they're doing great in spite of it. I mean, they already drew on boards 2 through 5. David Anton should be winning. Noterbeck should be winning. So that's 2 wins already. Even if Savitler loses, as long as Korobov doesn't lose, they're going to win the match. Will this be your last candidate cycle? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I haven't made decisions one way or the other. It's a very serious decision. So I'll think about it probably, I don't know, mid-year, late in the year. I don't know. We'll see. Why does Alireza not grind like Arjun? I don't know. I actually don't know. Magnus still has not moved, by the way. So okay, what else? There were some other good matches, right? Anish drew, I assume, already, but let's see. Did Anish draw? Aha. Anish trying to squeeze something here. I'm a little surprised that rook a2 is played. I would have just gone b4 here, because once the rook gets to b3, now your rooks become paralyzed guarding the 2 pawns here. Like I would not have done this. I don't like this decision from Luke McShane. I would have just played b4 right away and then rook a3 and rook d3 and just made the draw. Still a draw with correct play, but it's gonna be a little bit tricky here. Could be a little bit nervy. I guess probably not though. Even if you get this one, like even this is still, yeah, it's still a very easy draw, no entry. Do I actually still enjoy chess? I do like chess. The game itself I do like. There's a lot of nonsense. There's a lot of insane nonsense these days, which definitely makes me less excited by the game than I used to be. Magnus played rook d2. Magnus played rook d2. Okay. No, he didn't move yet. Let's go back to Noterbeck's game, by the way. Oh no, he played the wrong order. Noterbeck made a mistake here. It's still good. It's still probably good, right? King h8, knight d5, queen d6, takes. And there's queen g6, right? Oh, no. I thought queen g6, but maybe not. Bishop f1, apparently. Wait, why is this not so good? Oh, black can sack the queen? Oh, wow. Computers. Oh, wow. My cam just died again. Okay, 1 second. My cam just died again. Lovely. Okay, I need to check my settings. 1 second. But no, anyway. All right, should be fine. Hopefully. Let me tilt this a little bit over. Up. Should be fine. Okay, cam turn on by Hikaru, exactly. Yeah, should be fine. So anyway, hopefully it stays on though. I changed the setting, but I'm not sure. So we'll see. Okay, no moves here. Let's get back to Magnus's game. Chances that Gucci finds bishop b1, I think pretty high actually. Magnus' game has what happened to Magnus' game, by the way? Let's go back to Magnus. Apparently Magnus is winning, but how easy is this? Oh, rook d1's pretty easy because you just take. And there's just e2 and bishop d6. Wait, but takes? Bishop d4, not easy to see. Magnus probably will see it, but I don't know. Probably. Okay, still better for Magnus, but let's see. Takes. How easy is it to win? Feels like Magnus made a slight mistake. It's still winning with perfect play, but it's not trivial anymore. Okay. Still feels 1 second. Still feels off. Oh yeah. You guys tell me, but I think the camera's okay. Did I say there's a new rec for youngest I am beating Faustino Oro? I'm aware of it. Okay, so rook b7 should be played. I don't know what he's thinking. Oh, I guess he's thinking about which rook to take with, but I would just take with a rook and go from there. Probably doesn't even matter which one. Oh, there is king g2 here, I realize, but king g2 maybe is the move too. Camera's a little bit better than okay. All right, thank you. Oh, he did play king g2. Okay. I mean, it's still probably winning, but let's think about this. Oh, rook t1. Beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's actually very easy. Yeah, very easy. Well, rook d1 is GG. It's very easy to win here. Fabiano's in favor in the candidates no matter who the other 7 are in your opinion. I mean, by favorite, if you mean odds wise, yes, but he's not a big favorite. It would have been interesting to see how Magnus would have converted this after rook b7. It would have been interesting to see how Magnus converts this, because now it's just very easy. Rook d2 and rook d1 is not hard to find at all. Did he play it? No, we didn't get any more moves. Let's go back around the horn. Let's take a look at the other games. Let's take a look at Noterbeck's game. He played rook d1. Okay, let's go back. Oh, Magnus won. Magnus won. It's over. Wait, what happened? Magnus won? Okay, let's go. Live recap, you guys. Live recap time. Okay, let's go. Live recap time.